Hey, what's up? My name's Trina and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my favorite podcasts, mainly for teens, but they can be for anyone, but they are my favorite podcasts. Make sure to subscribe if you like this video and check out my Instagram at Trina. I'm going to be trying my best here to explain what each of them is about. Our first one is Pretty Basic by Alicia Marie and Miss Remy Ashton. So if you don't know who they are both YouTubers, pretty big YouTubers. And basically what their podcast is all about is they give tips, advice, they say story times. They basically just get like a little more personal than in their YouTube videos. And I really like listening to this one because it's just very fun and it always makes you feel happy because they just put you in that kind of mood. And I watched them on YouTube already too, so I really enjoy their podcast. And I listen to it on the Apple podcast, but I'm sure you can listen to it pretty much anywhere. Next up is the Girly Girl podcast, which I think is super cool because it is a teenager who does it. And I also follow her on Instagram, and she makes really good podcasts. So basically, she's a 17-year-old teenager girl, and she just talks about everything from school to friends to life, and she gives advice on tips and everything. And hers are really nice because I really feel like it kind of almost feels like you're having a conversation with her, which I really love. And hers are always just really good to listen to. I also listen to her on Apple Podcasts, but I'm sure again that you can find her at other places. I know she also has a YouTube channel, which is the Girly Girl podcast, where you can also listen to hers. Then we have Charlie and Dixie, Two Chicks. So I'm sure all of you know who Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio are. If you don't, where have you been? So basically, this is just a podcast where you can get to know them on a more personal level than if you just follow them on social media. They talk about their friends, different trends going around, their social media, just like a bunch of different things, which I think is really fun. And they always sound like they have a lot of fun doing them, so they're really fun to listen to. And yeah, they pretty much just talk about whatever's on their minds and whatever they want to talk about, which is honestly really fun. Like I said, I listen to them on Apple Podcasts. I listen to all of these on Apple Podcasts. I'm sure you can find them somewhere else. I know like a lot of these are on Spotify. The next one is Me Candid, which is probably one of my favorites. So this is run by Haley Pham and Lily Ann, which to be honest, I don't really know who Lily Ann is, but I do watch Haley Pham on YouTube. And they basically just talk about all their social media and their businesses and all their advice and tips for everything. So they have different ones, which are like how they deal with their anxiety and how they blew up on social media. And I would definitely suggest these if you're into social media, like YouTube or anything like that, because they will be especially helpful for you. But you can also just listen to them if you're just a normal person watching this video. Hey. And you can also listen to theirs on YouTube. And I'm pretty sure they also have like a real like video of it, so you can like watch and listen to it. Next is one of my absolute favorites, which is The Sister Diary. So this is hosted by Maddie and Lauren Orlando. If you don't know who the Orlandos are, you should totally go check them out after this video. There's Johnny, Maddie, Lauren, and Darren. And I love them. They're just like they seem like a very nice family. And Johnny Orlando is a singer, which they've had him on a few episodes. And then there's Maddie Orlando and Lauren Orlando. And they basically talk about anything. They'll give tips on confidence, social media. And their podcast is definitely my favorite for any kind of advice. I really like their one about confidence. They also have some different influencers come on, like Nadia Turner, and different health professionals so that they can give you better advice, which I absolutely love. And it's fun too because sometimes they'll do episodes with their siblings, so Johnny and Darian. And it's just a very fun podcast to listen to, and especially because there's a pretty big age range between the two sisters. I think one's like 22 and one's like 15 or 16. So they both have different life experiences and are at different points in their lives, which is pretty cool. Then we have Seriously Not Serious, and it's pretty cool because they are both Brazilian high school students. And theirs is pretty cool too because, again, there's two of them. They are both high school students. And theirs is a really interesting one to listen to, and they give good advice also. Both of their social medias is Gabriela Miranda and Julia Urracio. I hope I'm saying that right. I really don't know. But you should definitely go check theirs out. Then we have Even the Little Things, and it's really nice because their whole podcast is to make you feel less alone. So they share their mistakes, their confessions, their advice, their tips, their experiences, and it's really nice because it really does make you feel less alone. Like, let's say you're feeling insecure, you could go listen to an episode about their insecurities and you can realize I'm not alone, which is really nice, and I think a lot of teenagers need that. Then we have We Are All Queens, and this one's all about like girl power and learning about different people who are women and they have like a positive impact on people, or like influencers or anything like that. And it's really cool because they'll share different stories and they'll interview different people and they'll just talk about like a bunch of different inspiring women, which I think is super cool. And their whole thing is because in all of us we are all queens, which I absolutely love, and it's so true. You are a queen. And so theirs is very nice because you just get to learn a lot of different things about like girls and women, like just teenagers in general, and hear about other people's lives and other things that they've done. Different people that have done like really cool things to change our world or impact somebody or something. Then we have Study Break with Melody, and again it is run by a teenager, and their whole point of their podcast is to amplify teen voices, which I think is super amazing. And it's super cool because she will talk with other teenagers from all around the world and you get to learn about their different stories. And hers is really cool because you can learn about so many different people's lives and all these different cool things that they have done. And they're also pretty funny sometimes too, so you can also get a laugh. And they give advice and share their stories. And it's a really great podcast. And our last and final one, sadly, is Girl Meets Podcast. So this one is run by Emma and Audrey, and they are two high school students who give you advice and try to make you have a good time at the same time. So I definitely also like that podcast. And sorry for if some of these I don't really explain them that well. I kind of just started listening to them, so I don't know the host that well or what the podcasts are about. But I tried my best to explain them as well as I could. I'm also not that great at explaining things, so that probably doesn't help. But I really hope that this video could give you some ideas on other podcasts to listen to, because I know personally as a teenager I've had a hard time finding podcasts for teen girls that I really like. I feel like it's just really hard to find them. So I really hope this gave you some good ideas, and I hope you listen to them. And let me know in the comments if you have any podcasts that you love, because I always love to listen to new ones. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next YouTube video. Don't forget to click subscribe right down below, and check out my Instagram at Trina.